wanna breathe. I don't remember the words. Hello and welcome back to my bedroom. I don't know what I was gonna say for that. I have been wearing my summer like minimal makeup every single day that I wear makeup. I typically don't wear makeup on like weekends or days off. Today is in fact a day off and I am so wanting to just like put some eyeshadow on. So I'm gonna do that today and we're gonna see how it turns out. I'm not exactly sure what I wanna do. I was in Ulta the other day when I bought that brow gel. I guess it was a little bit ago now. And they still had the Subculture palette from Anastasia. I saw this shade, Edge. I think this palette got terrible reviews because it kicks up a ton of product, and I will show you that. Oh, you can see me in the monitor. This colorway is so pretty. I love it. It's all of these are like matte shades. There's not a whole lot of shimmers. This is kind of a shimmer. And I just want to put this on my face. I was gonna do this, but I'm thinking I might go this way with maybe a little bit of this like greeny color, and we'll see what happens. I am gonna start out, I started out with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance like I always do, and I'm gonna go in with Vanilla Bean from Makeup Geek. And again, like every time I do a video, I forget my dang mirror. I just set up. I feel like I was so out of practice with filming. I just didn't know what to film and I was feeling very not myself for a while. And now I just want to film all the things. I'm not sure like how much, I guess because my channel wasn't really like, I kind of started with like makeup and skincare, but then I kind of did a lot of like weight loss stuff. So I know a lot of people came over from like my Weight Watchers updates and stuff like that, but now I'm like really wanting to do makeup and stuff, and I don't really know what people are wanting to watch, but I kind of think because my channel is so small I should just do whatever I want and like whatever I'm inspired by. In June I felt so just like not myself all the time. It was just like an all the time thing, not like depression or anything like that. It was just like feeling very off kilter, and I'm just kind of getting in the swing of things, and I'm sure, you know, once school starts again, I'll maybe feel a little bit of a weird transitional thing, but I'm kind of coming back into myself, and that is where eyeshadow comes in, although I need to get a mirror. I think I'm going to pop in some Dawn right here. It is so ridiculous. Like, I just tapped that. Do you see how much powder just popped up right here? It's ridiculous, but the palette is pretty, so I'm gonna dip into Dawn. I used the, did I use this in another tutorial? I was thinking I used the Prism palette, but I might have used some of these colors. This color is so pretty. I'm just gonna kind of smudge it around my whole eye. I literally just hit pan on this shade. That's how much is being kicked up. I don't know, man. I love this palette so much, but look at this. That is a loose, is that gonna focus? I wonder if I can get it to focus on that. Do you see that? Oh my God. That's ridiculous. And it's hit pan. That's crazy. I was able to like press some of that back down. That's so weird. This is definitely a pressed pigment palette. I'm gonna go in with this New Wave shade. I don't know that I've ever actually used this shade. I don't know if I can use, this is gonna be too big, I think. I'm a disaster right now. So I'm gonna put that in the crease, but I'm gonna try to keep it like more on the lid crease part of it. These shades are so pretty though, God. I'm gonna definitely need to buff that out. So this morning, like on any day I have off, making sure my color is not going wacky, it is a little bit. So like on any day that I have off, really, I like to start my day with like breakfast, coffee, all of that, to YouTube videos, because I don't really watch YouTube videos day to day. I'm like going crazy on this eye, it's like all over here. And I was suggested about 1,000 times. I'm going to go in with Peach Smoothie, which is by Makeup Geek, and it's just like a barely there color. And I'm going to kind of buff that out with the same Eco Tools brush, the same brushes I always use because I don't really get excited by brushes. But I'm just going to buff out the edges to make it look a little more blended. Well, it's not going to look more blended, it's going to be more blended. That color is so pretty. I think I might keep it at like, instead of doing like a darker shade, I might keep it like this. So anyway, YouTube video that was suggested to me 1,000,000 times, going in with my finger with this electric shade across my lid. The Tanacon videos, have you guys seen that? I don't really watch a lot of big YouTubers. I do watch a few. I watch Zoe, I watch Alfie, mostly because I watch him to see her. That sounds weird, but I just think Zoella is like, she's really fun to watch. I think she feels very real to me, still like weird and goofy. I just feel like Zoe's really very real and still kind of relatable, even though she's worth millions and millions of dollars. So Shane Dawson did this series about Tanacon. I'm only in the middle of part 2. I stopped because I was like, I need to get up and live my life. But it was so interesting. I don't care about it. It was sad to see people kind of scamming kids, basically, because those are the people. Like, certainly someone my age is probably not going to pay thousands of dollars to go to a convention for someone like Tana Mojo. And I don't mean that to be like rude or anything like that. I'm just gonna go back in and now kind of buff the edges so they blend together. I am feeling this combination. I can't tell if I should go like with a slightly darker shade in the like corner. Maybe I will, just a little bit. But it was so interesting. But also mostly just Shane Dawson does these, he's done these videos that are kind of like documentaries. He did one with Graveyard Girl, another person I never watch. But I watched all 3 of those videos. They were very, very interesting. I'm gonna go in with Fudge, I guess, just the darker shade. I'm not gonna go too much. I'm just gonna like delicately tap my brush and get that much product because I don't really wanna, I want this to be like orangey and summery still. But these videos are so interesting because it's kind of like it's a documentary. It is a documentary, and they're so well done. I found myself so, part 1 of the Tanacon one ends in a cliffhanger, and I was like, God damn it. Like, I'm going to watch the next one now. So I thought that was really funny, but very interesting to see, and I don't know, man. I'm like very glad I'm not part of that, I guess. Like, maybe even part of the like teenage crowd growing up, like idolizing YouTubers and spending thousands and getting screwed, just all of that stuff. And I think it's so sad, but we'll see how the documentary ends. But I think the Graveyard Girl one was really cool too. It was very much like a conversation on what would you even say? It was very much a conversation on like self-confidence and all that kind of stuff, and I found that one really interesting. So that was really random, but that's what I was watching today. I'm just gonna line my upper lash line with this NYX Epic ink liner. And fun fact, I bought the Kat Von D in the special edition like gold packaging. My hand is so shaky right now. And now after using this one is really, really wet. But it goes on so easy, and I actually find myself preferring this one to the Kat Von D. And I kind of wish I wouldn't have bought the Kat Von D because I'm literally never using it. I just messed that up a little bit. I literally never use it. I just don't find it that helpful, and it feels a lot more dry. Maybe that's what I'm not liking about it, but I don't know, which I just don't really think it's that good unless it's just my container. On the opposite side of TanaCon videos, do you guys watch a lot of big YouTubers? I feel like almost everybody must watch some big YouTubers. I watch Jenna Marbles. She's pretty big, and like I said, Zoe and Alfie, but I think those are the biggest ones. And they are, I mean, those guys are very, like, they have a huge following. So they're not particularly small, but that's it really. I don't watch a lot of people. Do you find that the people you watch, if you do watch anybody that's really big, do you find that you like them as much as small YouTubers? I just feel like there's something about watching people, I'm gonna go in with a pencil brush and just kind of zhuzh that a little bit. I just feel like the bigger people get, the more sterile their videos get, and I kind of feel like maybe everybody would get that way, because it's like you feel like you have to have a high production value. Like, I clearly don't have a high production value, but I kind of love like real videos. I mean, I get like having better lighting and monitors and stuff. This is probably not the optimal eyeshadow tutorial to watch because I'm not like zoomed in and all of that kind of stuff. I'm just getting ready for my day. I feel like I'm losing the green in it, but I kind of like this vibe. I just want more. So I decided I do want to film some of this because I wanted to finish my thought, and I realized like I'm really bad about focusing on my makeup and talking at the same time. So on the opposite side of that, I watch L'Amour et la Musique, and she does mostly like skincare, green makeup, that kind of stuff. She kind of takes like more of an educated approach to a lot of, really to everything that she does. She's very fun to watch. She does kind of longer videos though sometimes, so I don't watch all of them just because I feel like I don't have enough time to watch all the people I want to watch all the time. I'm sure that's with everybody. But she mentioned in a video that I watched recently of hers, it was a skincare video, she mentioned that she watched these Into the Gloss videos with this, I think her name is Isabel. She's a French esthetician, I think. And she does these videos on there. They're old, not like crazy old, but they're a couple years old, I think. And she does like how to clean your face, and then there's newer ones that are how to moisturize your face. She has the most beautiful, thick French accent, and it's just like this beautiful like woman with beautiful skin telling you all the techniques you should use, but they're really short and beautiful. I'll try it if I should be able to link them. And those, I think those are the reason I watch YouTube oftentimes, because I love finding stuff like that. I'm so into like makeup and skincare. That's how I started watching YouTube for the longest time. I was so happy to like have found other people like me. And that's, I mean, I believe that's the whole point of, I feel like my skin looks very dull today. That's the whole point of social media in general. I think sometimes it's hard to remember that YouTube is social media, just because it's not like it's not quite the same as like Snapchat and stuff like that. But man, I just like love connecting with people, and I love watching different people talk about things that I love, and I don't know, the whole TanaCon thing just seemed so sad and weird, and it kind of bummed me out that I don't know how long like everybody's been watching YouTube. I've been watching YouTube videos since, gosh, 2007, and most of the makeup people that were on like loved MAC, and that's all that they used. Oh, I don't have my little thingy. Okay, let's, I'm gonna go in with my little IT Cosmetics pencil that is drying out. Okay, stab myself in the eye. It's so weird to me that YouTube has turned into this thing where I think it makes sense, you know, that there are like conventions and stuff out there, but people trying to like break into it and just for money and fame, and I don't know, it's just so weird. And like, I feel like I'm ranting. I didn't even anticipate this being the conversation today. I don't know, it just seemed really weird. And it's kind of cool to see somebody like Shane Dawson, who has been around for a million years. I'm gonna go into that orangey new wave color with this little fluffy pencil brush, and we're gonna see what happens here. I don't want it to be like crazy orange all around my eyes, and that's exactly what's happening. Well, that looks kind of pretty, right? I very rarely sit down with makeup and not know what I want to do. I feel like I always kind of know what looks I want to replicate and all of that. Now, I want to make this more green, and this color is not cutting it for me, so I am going to I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Moon Dust Shadow in Stargazer. How freaking pretty is that? I love these, and people never talk about them. This is a this is a very similar shade. Let's see what I can do here. Yes, that's what I want. I feel like nobody really talks about these that much on YouTube. Maybe when like Urban Decay sends out new releases. They're very pretty. The palette I would not recommend as much, just because I'm putting a little bit down here for continuity, but I'm not going to focus it there. The palette is not as good because it's more glitter and not pigmented. I'm grabbing my Fenty Beauty highlight in Lightning Dust Crystal Fire, my favorite highlight this summer. I really need to clean my car out today, and I feel like, you know, on a nice day, you maybe don't want to wear makeup. Sorry. To clean out your car seems like not the ideal thing. Do you guys have any random YouTube videos that you've been like digging, watching lately? I thought that Glossier one, I'm going in with the Sonia Kashuk brow definer in Haze, like I have been doing mostly lately. Like that Glossier one was such a random, you know, she recommended it and I went and watched it, and then I watched all three of the ones with that Isabel. I love kind of finding stuff like that that's informative and soothing and, I don't know, just like interesting and different from what I normally watch. I wonder if, I will say it did inspire me to kind of, I've been struggling, just threw that on the floor. Struggling with skincare a little bit lately. I feel like I've mentioned before I turned 35 this year. It still feels very uncomfortable for me to say that. I don't even know why. I don't care about people's age ever. I honestly have no idea what my problem is with it. But I do have one, and I've been very conscious of the fact that, you know, obviously my skin is aging, and you know, you can't do the same skincare necessarily forever, which is like, duh. I mean, you could, I guess. It's probably just not ideal. I'm gonna highlight under my brows quickly before I do brow gel so it doesn't get stuck in there. Just a very basic shade. So I've been very conscious of the fact that I need to switch on my skincare. I've been getting some like texture, but then I'm like worrying about anti-aging, and I'm just not sure. This is the Anastasia brow gel in Granite. I'm just not sure what I even should be doing. Should I be like, should I go see somebody? I feel like when you take people's recommendations off the internet, I mean, you probably are gonna end up like doing something you don't want to do, or maybe doing too much. I feel like you need to talk to people about your skin in person, but I've never really done that. I've always just kind of done what I think is right for skincare. This video is gonna be so long, I'm sorry. But I just don't know what I want to do with my skincare, because I do still break out. I'm like one of those people. I still break out, but I do probably want to be doing some more anti-aging. I really want to try that Clinique vitamin C like 7-day step. I don't even know what it's called. I'll link it below. It's relatively inexpensive for what it is, and you pop the capsule of vitamin C, so it's probably one of the fresher versions because vitamin C goes off so easily. I'm gonna dip into my Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette like I always do. But yeah, I don't know what to do for... I'm using the shade Lo-Fi. It's that bronze shade. It's the one I've been using all summer. Like literally every day. I'm gonna go a bit higher than I normally do because I want this to look more blushy than bronzery. I'm just kind of taking it a little, because it is a little bronzery. Take it a little there, and then I'm gonna dip into that highlight and make it a shimmery. So how do you guys figure out what to do for skincare? Do you guys even care about skincare? Do other people care about skincare? I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't want to look... I want to look the best I can. I'm not somebody who will probably ever do like fillers and stuff like that. I can't see myself doing that. I don't like to change, even with makeup. I like to still look like myself. I think that's why I prefer like sheer coverage and stuff, just going in with my little Naked Basics palette, and I'm just going to do a bit of an inner corner highlight. I do love this. This little palette is very well loved. So I don't like to change the way I look that much, not drastically. I don't feel like this makeup, you know, it obviously like brings out my eyes and it, you know, evens out my skin tone and all of that stuff, but generally speaking, I feel like I still look like myself, and the first thing people see is not my... Did I already do an eyeshadow look like this? I literally cannot remember. I feel like maybe I did. Oh well, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna do mascara and then I will come back and say goodbye. Okay, I'm back and this is my finished look. I am very nervous that I already put up a video very similar to this. I guess it doesn't really matter. I did put on a little bit of a lip. I used the Bare Minerals like matte lip whatever in the color Swag. I have a similar one in Slay, and these ones are actually the only liquid lip I can comfortably wear, and they kind of smell vanilla-y, cookie-y, if that helps you at all. They're really comfortable. They do transfer a little bit more than a typical liquid lip, I guess, but definitely the most comfortable. They don't really feel like I'm wearing anything, which is great. So thank you very much for listening to my ranty video while I get myself ready. I wasn't really anticipating on talking about YouTube so much, but I don't know. I guess I feel like I have so many opinions because I've been watching for so long, as I'm sure some of you have as well. And I guess feel free to like join me in conversation if you have any opinions about any of this stuff, or YouTube in general, or things you wish, you know, were more on YouTube or less of on YouTube. I feel like we probably have more complaints oftentimes than positive things to say, but with that being said, I appreciate you watching my video and I will talk to you again later. All right, bye.